Most UFO sightings end the same way. A blurry video. A shaky voice. A light in the sky that disappears in seconds. But what if I told you one encounter was different? Because this one left something behind. And it wasn't just a scorched mark in a field. It was a body. No blood. No struggle. Just a lifeless, mutilated animal, cut with surgical precision, organs removed like clockwork. No tracks. No predators. No explanation. Welcome to the case that made seasoned UFO researchers pause. The one that blends the strange with the scientific. This is not your average sighting. This is a warning. Buckle up. Today, we're diving into the most meticulous, terrifying UFO mutilation case ever recorded. But before we get to that, we need to understand why this case stands out from all the rest. When people hear UFO sighting, they usually picture someone in the middle of nowhere pointing at blinking lights. And sure, thousands of these sightings are reported every year, from pilots to average folks. But only a tiny fraction of those ever involve physical evidence. And an even smaller group? They involve something far more disturbing. Animal mutilation. But not just any mutilation. I'm talking about surgical precision, tongues removed without tearing, organs extracted without damage, cuts so clean they defy explanation. Now here's the kicker. No blood. No footprints. No predator signs. Just a dead, untouched field, and a mutilated carcass left behind like a message. Most UFO researchers agree, this phenomenon doesn't happen often. But when it does, it leaves a permanent mark. Let's go back to May 2022, a quiet cattle ranch near Meeker, Colorado. A fifth-generation rancher, Mike Callahan, wakes up to a calm morning. Clear skies. Nothing unusual. Until he finds one of his cows dead, about 300 feet from the herd. But it's how he found her that started the nightmare. If you were a rancher and saw this, how would you react? Shock? Fear? Try to explain it? Let me know in the comments. Because Mike didn't even have a word for it. The cow was lying on her side. Her entire tongue removed. The genital area excised with eerie accuracy, and one eye completely missing. Yet, no blood. Anywhere. The cut edges looked cauterized, like they were burned shut, without scorching the surrounding tissue. Even more bizarre? There were no signs of struggle. No drag marks. No signs of distress from the rest of the herd. Mike immediately called the sheriff. And that's where things turned from weird to terrifying. The sheriff arrived with a local vet. Neither could explain the damage. They took samples, filed a report, but nothing came of it. Until 2 weeks later. Another cow. Same pattern. Only this time, a motion camera captured something unsettling. At 2:13 a.m., the camera picked up a brief, intense flash of light. Then, static. When the footage returned, just 37 minutes later, the cow was dead. Mutilated. Zero noise. Zero movement. Zero explanation. Okay. So we've got precise mutilations. No blood. No predator evidence. Flash of light. Total silence. What the heck could do this? Let's break down the top theories. 1. Predators or scavengers? Nope. Vets and biologists agree. Predators don't make clean incisions or remove tongues without leaving teeth marks. And they definitely don't cauterize wounds. 2. Military experiments? Some believe this could be part of covert biological testing. Helicopters have been spotted in other mutilation zones. But why would they risk exposure? And why mutilate livestock without taking the entire body? And that doesn't explain the electrical interference or flash of light. 3. Natural phenomena? Ball lightning? Earthquake lights? Some fringe scientists claim rare energy events could cook parts of the animal. But again, why only specific organs? 4. Aliens? Now, here's where things get controversial. Some researchers believe these cases are surgical extractions by extraterrestrial entities. possibly for biological study. The clean cuts, the cauterized edges, the missing soft tissue. It all suggests deliberate dissection. And many of the mutilation hotspots? They line up with UFO sighting clusters dating back decades. Fun fact: Linda Moulton Howe, an investigative journalist, has documented over 1,000 mutilation cases since the 1970s. Many exhibit the exact same pattern. Now here's where it gets spooky. Because what happened in Colorado? It's not new. Back in 1975, a series of identical cattle mutilations occurred across New Mexico and Colorado. Sheriff Tex Graves investigated over 200 animal mutilation cases in Logan County, Colorado. And get this, he told reporters, "The cuts are surgically perfect. We had pathologists look at the bodies. No way an animal did this." In some cases, the heart was removed without breaking the surrounding rib cage. Now explain that. And just like the Meeker case, there were reports of flashing lights in the sky, helicopters without ID tags, total media silence. It was like something, or someone, was watching, experimenting, and vanishing. Let's say, hypothetically, this isn't a rogue military operation or a wild energy event. What if it's a test? What if something non-human is studying Earth's biology, silently, without warning, without explanation? They don't mutilate every animal. Only a few. In carefully chosen areas. With surgical precision. Could this be sampling? Mapping genetic changes? Studying reproductive systems? And more chilling, why do they always avoid human settlements but operate right on the fringe? Thinking face question for you. If they're watching cows this closely, what happens when they turn their attention to us? Here's what's truly disturbing. Cases like Meeker haven't stopped. Just last year, a string of mutilated bulls was found in Oregon. No tracks. Same patterns. Same clean cuts. And yet, no arrests. No suspects. No headlines. Why is that? Are officials covering it up? Are we afraid of the truth? Or have we just accepted it? Would you want to know if aliens were quietly abducting and dissecting animals in your area? Or would ignorance be bliss? Not every UFO case leaves evidence. But the ones that do? They leave scars. Not just on the land, but on our sense of reality. The Meeker mutilation may be one case in a sea of thousands. But it's the kind of story that makes you look at the sky just a little longer. And wonder, what's really out there? Thanks for watching. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button. Subscribe for more strange, unexplained, and mind-bending mysteries. And hey, drop a comment below. Do you think the mutilations are alien? Military? Or something else entirely? Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep your eyes on the skies.